Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lorenzo Davis, and I am 35 years old, the new president of the United States nominee, and the truth of the historical realities that know that justice is known to be living in the truth of justice, be known in the truth that living nature is the truth that divides no truth in constitutional freedom. And the truth that liberty is the truth and the facts that justice is the truth that partakes in the dicta and the truth of the realities that mean the truth of the opinions is the regarded facts of notice and the truth that briefs the truth of the imagination that logical reality is a truth that's given and given need to fake. No truth in reality can be placed in the truth that living nature is the truth of the test and the testimony is the truth that living nature witnesses. Only the confrontation of the truth that dignifies its truth and the justice of the truth of its philosophy. No notice is no given to the truth that partakes in the truth of the law. The law is the truth of the customary design and the truth of its nature and the truth that greeds itself and the truth that pardons itself to dignify its truth, not truth and liberty, but liberty and the truth of living knowing knowledge and the truth that becomes partaken of the faith in which it enjoins to truth and logic of its truth of its constitutional freedom and the truth that liberty is the truth that freedom designs itself to fashion the truth of its design and the truth of the cases that pertain to the truth of the knowledge that's given away in presidential elections. Truth never knows itself in the truth that living matter of the truth Judge Kataji Jackson is the truth that enables the truth of love itself, and the mind of the truth that given nature of the truth of the good itself, and the truth that living nature is a truth that only matters the truth can be justice itself. And the truth that living nature is the truth that living Kataji Jackson is the truth that enables me and the truth of the experience and the realities that dignifies truth that living nature is defarting the realities that harden the truth of the facts of the matter and the truth that given nature can pertain to the truth and the society that needs it the most cannot leave itself in the dignity nowhere else can define itself in definition to be denied its truth access and ignorance and the truth that living nature is the truth that pertains to no truth that gaining in the truth that living nature is the truth that leaves itself alone, parting and shining away its light to brighten the night for the day is a day not living the truth. Greatness is greatness not in light. Light is the truth that living nature is clouds itself away and clouding away in the truth that partakes in the dignity that inherently divides itself, that vests the powers and enable the truth of the doctrine of the enabled separation of the power that given nature is the nature greeted in the custom of designing hearing and the truth that fears no farther than the truth that living nature is the contestament of the truth of the questions, dignity lessons to the answers and the truth that living nature is the truth that questions no answer and the truth that living nature is the truth that dignity can define itself in the truth of the knowledge and the knowledge of itself is the knowledge of the truth of what given nature is needed to be, needed in the only one reality that's needed to speak and the truth that's living nature is the truth that's greeted and greeted in all realities that need itself in the hierarchy of complacency and the digna and the truth of the reality of the digma and the dignitation of the truth that living nature is not for fruition in the truth of its fruit. Living nature, defining nature, designing the truth of what's new. New in the truth of what's leaving alone to the truth that living known and the humilities of justice and the truth that living nature for affinities and the truth that living nature is the truth that's given nature and the truth that live itself in the moment. In the moments behind the truth that give itself not ever forsaken to the greed of the truth of Kataji Jackson. Your truth is not enabled to believe itself in the truth of justice, matter, the truth that's given known in facts. Facts that partake in the truth of the chances and opportunities that are given in the truth of success is breeded in the facts of living its truth in nature, of the designing truth of the testimony, of the truth that witnesses all realities of threats. For I have threatened President Obama first, and then I threatened President Donald Trump. I did 4 months with a total calculation of 8 months divided by 2, calculation to a total sentence of 4 months incarceration by truth of the imprisonment of the nature of the designing fact of the criminal justice reality of the truth that social reality is the normative in conduct, condensation of the truth of the condensation of reality, of the condensation to the truth that nations is the truth that united the truth in Ukraine, and the dignified realities of the blessings and the blessed realities of war going to peace in the truth of the Supreme Court, the truth that enables the truth that justice is truth, and the living nature of the truth of the realities that dream in truth and what it needs to be in the truth of living truth of the experiences of the truth that live in competition is the truth that leads in the truth of economic realities and abilities, and the truth of the skills that are truth, and the truth of intelligence, and the truth of talents that given away no realities to judge, not judge itself in the truth of the matters, but matters of fact of the truth, the matters of who cannot limit itself to hear, no hearing cannot complain itself, to deny itself in the truth of justice itself, living itself in nature and the truth that's dying itself away, living to flee itself to flowers and soft realities, romances of reality, dignifies itself to no blessed reality theory, and the truth that given nature takes away its truth of its design. And the design in fact is a truth that lives, not lies itself away to cry itself away, and a truth that dignity and honesty, abilities is the truth, Katai J. Jackson, and the truth that living nature is the truth that I, Mr. Davis, is the truth that grants away its substance in the name itself, to living nature to live itself, and the living truth of its light to never find, the truth that seeks itself to know itself, be living in truth and living itself to recustom all realities in the matter of the law, and the truth of the Constitution of the freedom that live itself in liberty, and the truth that dignifies itself. Your proof of your profession is the truth of the degree of the truth of the lesson that knows itself to enable itself to become more known in fact in the truth of the thesis of the design in nature of the truth of the presidency of Biden, and the truth of the realities of Joe Biden, and the truth of realities that know itself to elect, not selected truth in the matter, and the truth of Corona, living nature that it will go ahead and destigmatize itself, to knowledge itself, to deny no self, and the truth of the justice of living the truth of the knowledge of the humility, and the justice that living in nature is the truth that living nature is the truth that's given away in the fathoming reality, the fathoming the truth of the knowledge of reality, the truth that lives itself away in the honesty and the humility, defines itself in the truth of the product and the products of the imagination, lives itself in the truth that no worries of the bright reality can find itself away to teary itself in the dignitation of reality, no realities living to matter itself, and the causes that switch away the wisdom that's given and needed, and the understanding of knowledge and the truth that living nature is the truth that's good, and truth of the living nature to be wise, and the truth of where it's at, and the truth that living Katai J. Jackson. There is no truth that can live known to be a fact when the truth of law cannot know the truth of my judicial philosophy states. The truth that's given is the truth. What we see is what we be. To live in nature is the truth of where it's at. My threats were innocent. The truth of my forgiveness is the truth that living's awake. The truth of my birth is my brand. My identity never forsakes. My truth is one. And one reality only. Nature is the truth that gives itself away.